Welcome to today's yoga flow. So we're just going to start by closing down our eyes and taking a couple of moments just to reconnect with ourselves. Allowing our body to come into the present moment, softening through the shoulders, noticing your breath passing in and out of your lungs. Taking notice of the sounds around you. I'm going to place one hand onto our heart space and one hand onto our belly, just to notice our breath a little bit more. And then slowly start to open up the eyes, dropping the palms to the legs, moving over to our tabletop position. So making sure wrists are under elbows, elbows stacked in line with our shoulders, making sure our knees are in line with our hips. Pulling the belly button in towards the spine. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, slowly looking up to the sky. Exhale, pushing away with our palms, rounding our shoulders. Inhale, dropping the belly, slowly looking up to the sky. Exhale, pushing away with your hands, rounding the shoulders. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we're folding over. Repeat this a couple more times just to start to loosen up the spine, starting to warm up the body. Finding our center now. We're going to sit back onto our heels, bring our knees out to the long edge of the mat, nice and wide, and then slowly start to walk down into our extended child's pose. Resting our forehead onto the mat, taking a couple of deep breaths here, allowing our belly to soften, allowing each breath to allow our hips to open just a little bit more. Feeling ourselves grounding into the mat and grounding into this practice. Slowly start to walk your palms over to the left side of the mat, stretching our right side of the body. The next inhale coming to the center, exhale going to the right side of the mat, stretching the left side of the body. Finding ourselves back into our tabletop position. Bringing our left hand into the center of the mat, inhale our right palm up to the sky, opening up our chest. Exhale, feeding that right palm through, threading the needle. Inhale, we rise, opening up the chest. Exhale, feeding through. Inhale, we rise, opening up. Exhale, placing our right palm down, changing sides, so left palm comes up, opening up the chest. Exhale, we're feeding through that window. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, feeding through. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we're bringing our left palm through that window, placing it onto the mat, finding our tabletop position. Sitting back onto our heels, we're going to bring both of our arms up into center. Palms above head, placing our right palm down onto the mat. Inhale our left palm up and over, stretching our left side. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, stretching over to our right side. Finding our tabletop position again. Going to tuck our toes, send our hips up to the sky, finding our downward facing dog. Taking any movement here that serves you, so maybe pedaling out the feet, moving your hips from side to side, just starting to find some warmth. Going to bring our knees down and then push back into our child's pose. Bringing yourself back up to tabletop position, finding your alignment. We're going to tuck our toes, send our hips up to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, finding our grounding, having a nice deep bend in the knees, pulling our belly button in towards our spine, taking a couple of deep breaths here. Slowly going onto our knees, pushing our hips onto our heels, feeling our stretch in our toes and our feet, slowly bringing ourselves up to standing, coming towards the top of the mat, finding Tadasana, mountain pose, rolling our shoulders back and away from our ears, finding the strength through our legs, standing up tall. Inhale, we rise, hands above head. Exhale, we're folding down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Feeling that nice deep bend through our back. Have a nice deep bend in the knees. Allowing everything to soften. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stepping our right leg back, finding that low lunge, stepping back up to our folding pose, our Uttanasana, stepping back with our left foot, finding our low lunge. With each exhale, allowing our hips to open a little bit more. Dropping our knees, coming back into our tabletop position, pushing back into our child's pose. Using our breath just to soften a little bit deeper. We're going to come up and find a seated posture, just crossing our legs here. Going to bring our right leg out. And then making sure our toes are pointing in towards We're going to inhale, rise, and then exhale, we're starting to hinge from the hips, making sure we're not rounding through the back. We really want that folding posture to come from our hips. And just allowing your body to fall wherever it may. No tension, no tightness. Bringing that leg in, swapping sides. Making sure the toes are pointed towards you. Inhale, rise. Exhale, folding down. Softening through the lower back. Making sure there's no pain or strain. Inhale, rise. We're going to make our way onto lying on our backs, bringing our knees into our chest. Give ourselves a nice big hug. Rocking from side to side. Going to bring our right leg down, so we're stretching through the inner thighs here. And then we're going to swap sides, so bringing one leg in and then the other leg is coming straight out. Then we're going to bring both of our legs out nice and long, finding Savasana, resting pose, closing down the eyes. Softening through your face, making sure you're letting go of any tension or tightness you're holding in your face. Thank you so much for being with me through this practice. I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.